Hi, thanks for tuning in to my official YouTube channel. I'm Reverend MeeLing. I've been known by a few names: Reverend MeeLing, Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle. On the way to go drop off my second biggest piece of my Medal of Honor art project. And as I am driving on my way, there was this sign that got my attention, which reminded me of something that occurred many, many years ago. A few things, actually. So, one point in time, I was growing up in New Jersey, and I had gone to the aquarium in Washington, D.C., okay? And when I went to this aquarium in Washington, D.C., it was in the mid to late 1980s. And there was this particular feature that had 3 albino crocodiles. One was named Getcha, one was named Gotcha, and one was named Good. They're little babies. I mean, well, again, what I think is little is what it is. So I was in this area, and my biological parents were taking my biological sister wherever they were going. And so I'm looking at these 3 little baby albino crocodiles, and they're just so cute. Just these little, they're just so cute. Their little noses, little baby noses, so cute. They're just oh, they were so cute. Anyway, this guy comes up to me, and he walks up behind me. He's up on my right side, and he goes, what are you doing? And I look up at him, I'm like, oh, there's cuties. Look at how cute they are. And the guy was like, but you're a girl. Why do you find crocodiles cute? And he had already upset me because he just called me a girl. And so I just look up at him, and yes, I know I was in a dress. Yes, I know I was born as, I still am, a female. But it's just one of those, who are you calling a girl? You know, like, because I mean, seriously? And the guy was just, oh, okay. And he goes, well, why are you looking at the crocodiles? And I look up and I'm like, because they're so cute. Look how cute they are. I want to know which one's which. And the guy, he just is like, well, don't you think you should be looking at something that's, you know, more soft or whatever? I look at him like, they are so cute. How can you say that? They got little soft bellies, they're little babies. And the guy is looking at me, he's like, okay, do you really want to be looking at these 3 crocodiles? Don't you think like you should go be looking at, I'll look at them later. And the well, you've got a little bit of an attitude. No, I'm just saying, I can look at the other stuff later. I want to look at the 3 little baby albino crocodiles, okay? And the guy was just, okay. Well, you know, there's somebody who would like to also look at the albino crocodiles. He kind of likes to go see this portion of the aquarium whenever he can get out of, you know, his business stuff. And I look up at the guy, I was like, well, you know, it's big enough. He could look at it too. I mean, I'm not hogging the whole tank. I'm just, you know, I'm just looking. I mean, I want to pet them, but you won't let me pet them, will you? And he was like, they're crocodiles. No, we cannot let you pet them. But they're so cute. Look at their little noses. They got little teepees. And the guy's just, oh my God. Sure. So do you mind if, like, he goes and looks at the crocodiles with you? I'm like, I don't why would I mind? I mean, yeah, it's a public location, whatever. And the guy was just like, well, he might be a little upset that you're looking at the crocodiles. I think they're cute. So if I want to look at the crocodiles, I'm going to look at the crocodiles. And they're cute. And the guy was just, alright. So then, like, he, you know, some guy walks over and he's all, like, suited up. I mean, he had the tie and the white shirt with, like, the suit. Because he was wearing a suit. He had one hand and he kept his arm like this, like with his, I think it was his left hand that he was like this the whole time. And he looks down at where I'm at and he's like, so you're looking at the crocodiles. And he was an older guy. And I look up at him like, aren't they cute? And the guy's just, yes, they're different. And I was just like, but they're cute. Look how cute they are. And he's just, okay, so why are you looking at them? And so he looks around and there's a bunch of guys. They're all in suits and this, like, just all nothing but suits. Like, but they're not like right near the guy that I'm speaking with. They're like in different areas, but within the vicinity of. I realize now that possibly could be security for whoever that guy was. And so I look up at the guy and I'm like, do you know which one is which? And the guy looks down at me and he's like, what do you mean? Well, I want to know which one is getcha, which one's gotcha, and which one's good. So, like, do you know which one is which? And the guy goes, no. And I was like, well, I'm about to find out. And the guy was like, what do you mean you're about to find out? I want to know. So, getcha. I want to know which one you are. And getcha, apparently, understood me, swims around a little bit, climbs out of the water, and lines up. I'm like, well, aren't you a cute little getcha? Yes, you are. And the guy just goes, oh my, well, he kept his arm right here, and he goes, oh my God. And I look at him, I'm like, what? Isn't he cute? Is he cute? Look at Getcha. He just did it. If he could wag his little tail, he would. Look at that. And his tail kind of did go like, ish, like that. And so I'm like, all right, Gotcha out the water. And Gotcha goes, swims around a little bit, climbs out of the water, stands next to Getcha. They're just lined up, one next to the other. I look at Gotcha, he's so cute. And the guy just looking down and he's like, oh my God. And the other guys that he was looking at, I'm guesstimating, security guys, are just... I was like, so I guess that one's good. The one just swimming around good. Let me see you. Go show me you good. And Good got out of the water, lined up with Getcha and Gotcha. I look at the guy and he's just... So you just told 3 crocodiles to line up. And I was like, yeah, they did. Look at Getcha, good. Look at the little ribbon noses. And the guy's just looking at me and he's just... Oh, okay, sure, that's very different. And I was like, okay, let me just make sure. Getcha, get back in the water. And Getcha gets in the water and he starts swimming around. I'm like, oh, look at you. He comes up to the glass and he does a little pawing thing with his little claws. And I'm just like, you got a little cute little nose, little smile. Look at that crocodile smile. You're so cute. And he just... Okay, Gotcha, you get in the water now. Gotcha gets in the water and swims around, comes up to the glass and just starts doing the pawing. Look at your little claws, look at those little nails, you're so cute little baby. Like, okay, come here, good. Good gets in the water, swims over, but the claw. Look at your little nose, you got a little nose, you got such a little nose, you're so teeny tiny, look at you. And the guy, he's just standing there, he goes, You just made all of them do that. I'm like, no, they did it on their own, but look how cute they are. They're so cute. Look at the little baby crocodiles, the little baby crocodiles. And the guy just looking at me, looking at the crocodiles going back and forth. And we talked a little bit more, and then I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta go find my biological parents, because, you know, they're gonna leave, and they'll just leave me here, so I better go find where they're at. And the guy's just like, okay, well, what is your name? And so I told him my name, and he's like, where do you live? I'm like, oh, New Jersey. And he's like, and he asked me a couple other questions that I can't remember. But we talked for a little bit, and then go and find Mike, Anna, and Patricia was like in a stroller or whatever. And so get to find them, deal with that. Where were you at? Looking at the crocodiles. Whatever. So later, wind up moving to Illinois because my biological parents decided to do that with my biological sister and I. So we moved to Illinois. And at one point in time, I am at a sleepover at Katie A. Ardo's house. And Katie A. Ardo and I were already having issues because she was one of those females that would purposefully get knocked up just when she felt like Tommy, her boyfriend, was about to break up with her. Then, you know, she'd, you know, get back with him. They wouldn't have to worry about it. She'd go and get an abortion. And then, you know, whatever. And it's just, ugh. Attention seeking much? And the irony of how I've been accused of that. As far as attention seeking, not the other thing, obviously. And so, just, one of those. And so, I'm spending the night there, and I had warned Katie A. Ardo's parents about certain things when it came to her. I had already trained their dog. They had a husky, and the dad was just like, you know, why aren't you afraid? I can't remember what the husky's name was. And I was like, oh, it's just a husky. It's just a husky. It's a good dog. And I was like, but you need to, like, teach him not to jump so much so that way you could have better control of the dog. And the dog was just like, what he looks up at me, and the father looks over at me and goes, well, I've been working on training. I go, yeah, but you're not showing the dog who's owner. And the guy was like, well, and I said, do you mind if I show you? And Dad was like, okay. So I went outside, I walked back inside, the dog went to jump, I told no. And then the dog continued, I go, okay, I'm about to show you to the dad and the mom. And they were just like, okay. So the dog went to jump again, I grabbed its paws, put it on its back, and pinned its paws down. I've shown a few people how to do this. And just, and the dog just kind of, and it kind of, you know, was upset, but then it, you know, realized, and I was like, all right, you know that I'm boss. And the dog just kind of, good now, husky. And anytime I went over that house, the dog would not jump, would sit immediately, and the dad and the mom were just like, well, all right. Well, I was spending the night, and something happened, and I had a really weird dream. And here comes the aspect of the sign. So there's this, the sign, I'm in Texas, as I said, and on the sign it says rattlesnake. Well, there was a point in time at their house that this, essentially a vision had occurred. And there was this snake, and I tried explaining the vision, and the mom and dad just started, like, praying, and I was like, yeah, but, like, the vision is still there, and it doesn't change the fact that you need to take care of your daughter, because she is just, you need to get her checked because she's doing certain things that are, like, really, you need to pay attention to that. So it was what it was with that. But then the aspect of later in the state of Texas, I was at Enchanted Rock. And I went walking around this one particular trail. I had already walked up the the rock a whole bunch of times. And by that time that this particular situation had occurred, I already had this point where I was sitting, I was meditating, and then this ram came up to like be right here in my face. And you cute old ram. But you know, I didn't do that because it was a ram. And it was an adult ram. And it was like, so you're so cute, little nose, little fluffy. And my now dead ex-husband, it was just before the final separation. He's like, don't move. And it's like, yeah, go ahead and in my thoughts, speak. So that way, the ram pays attention to you. Yeah, that's dumb. And so, but go ahead. I'm just gonna like get no little cutie patootie, but no, you want to go and talk, okay? And so my now dead ex-husband, but then you know, just before the final separation, he's just, you need to be careful, and it's like, whatever. It's just a baby ram. It's cutie patootie. What you doing? No, so what do you get his nose? Anyway. Ram looks over at my now dead ex-husband and just with one of its feet or hooves and just and my now dead ex-husband then almost final separation. Oh, and I look over and I'm like, why are you scared of the ram now? You what? Like, dumbass. And the ram goes back and a few more times with its hoof. And I was like, ooh, he don't like you. That ram does not. I didn't say that out loud in my thoughts. It's like, that ram does not like you at all whatsoever. That ram is about to mess you up. And then something occurred like down at the lower portion of Enchanted Rock, and the ram did one more with its hoof, and then just ran off. And I was like, okay, well that's different. So then, you know, I go and I'm walking around, and there's, you know, this, after I make almost all the way around the entire loop, I hear it, and that's a rattler noise. And I see this big rattler, really, really long. And he just kind of comes out, and I'm just, hey, I'm just walking through, that's it. You know, don't. I don't want to have to punch you in the face to defend myself. Please don't. And so, you know, he just kind of followed me. Like, where I was walking, just every now and then, it was like, hi. I'm not going near your stuff. I'm just, why are you following me? What did I do? Make it pretty. Don't you do that. And so, you know, the rattler keeps following along. That was, I think it was 2006 when that happened. And just walking along. So the first thing in reference to the first portion of this official YouTube video thing would be, I think it was 1987, maybe. I think it was 1987. Maybe 1988 at the latest, I think. I think it was that. And then with the Washington, D.C. aquarium with the 3 albino crocodiles, and that guy was like this. And then in whatchamacallit, Illinois, that was 1999 with the snake, which kind of looked like the one when I was walking in 2007, because I'd never seen a rattlesnake before, so I couldn't really describe anything other than it made a noise, and I don't know what the is, and so it was just kind of weird. I know it's just an odd little rambling, but you know, just throwing that out there. But Getcha, Gotcha, and Good are still cute. So that was a particular thing that I just decided to make an official YouTube video about, as I'm gonna go drop that off. But I wanted to stop by some individual's house real quick to see if they wanted to see the particular artwork piece before I went to go drop it off where I need to drop it off. And so, whatchamacallit, yeah, so I kind of figured that that was possibly something important. I don't know. But yeah, so you guys have a good one. Make sure you comment, share, like, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel. And you guys have a good one.